The DIMO Network's overseers, Digital Infrastructure Inc., announced that they closed a Series A funding round led by CoinFund and Bill Ackman's Table Management. The round was for $11.5 million and should really bolster development and protocol functionality throughout 2024. DIMO is one of the most promising DePIN projects and still has a market cap under $100 million. They launched the DIMO Macron at the end of 2023 and already have over 2,000 of the devices connected to the DIMO network via Helium IoT. The DePIN narrative has been gaining traction in recent months with the expansion of Helium Mobile leading the charge, and I believe DIMO is primed to start multiplying in 2024. What is up, everybody, and welcome back to another video here on the Crypto Compound channel. Thank you all so much for being here. I hope you guys are having a great day. Please hit that like and subscribe. On the way in today, we're talking about DIMO, which is performing extraordinarily well, quite in line with how HNT has been performing. And they recently announced a massive Series A funding round, which was led by CoinFund, and Bill Ackman's Table Management was a participant, as they were in the seed funding. We're going to talk about all of this, what it means, the developments that we have seen from DIMO over 2023, and what we can expect from them in 2024, as well as some of the price performance and how it's been performing over the past few months as we enter into what I expect to be the largest bull market we have ever seen. There are also some important metrics with regards to the tokenomics that we will touch on, as well as some other larger narrative points that I want to make, which I think DIMO will certainly benefit from. But right off the bat, let's take a look here at this chart. As we can see, we are seeing higher lows forming on the chart. We were basically at rock bottom accumulating here, and we have seen constant buyer impulses all the way up, and we in fact wicked all the way up to almost 85 cents by the time this buying impulse was over, and we have since distributed and found a home here and then another higher low home right here. Buyers are defending these levels. They are forming higher lows on the chart, and if you guys watched our previous videos, you would know that it is very similar to the way that the buyers on HNT are defending these higher low areas. This one, of course, in confluence with previous support lines, so that is very good. However, on DIMO, we actually don't have enough data to go all the way back. And even when it was, this isn't the very beginning, but even in the very beginning of the chart, it was very illiquid. It's not really reliable data when the coin is that small and that young. But right now, this is what we're working with, which is also a very good thing, because essentially after we break above, let's call it 60 cents, we are effectively entering price discovery mode for DIMO.
Hell yes.
So this gives us a very, very clean slate looking forward into 2024. And of course, if we take a look at the weekly, I mean, it's basically up only here on the weekly, barely look back at all in terms of the opens and closes for the weeks. But this is really, really good stuff here for DIMO. They, of course, are benefiting from the larger DePIN narrative, which has been taking off in recent weeks, with Helium, I believe, or specifically Helium Mobile, leading the charge, really making the headlines. But this chart looks very, very good. We are not seeing any breakdowns here, as we can see in other charts across the space. The DIMO chart, in fact, looks very, very similar to the ICP chart, which is technically another DePIN here. So very similar chart, and we know that ICP has been performing extraordinarily well. It's another one here on the watch list. But DIMO doing really well. And the news with the funding round was, of course, very exciting, very good. We should see a lot of development and functionality coming and rolling out throughout 2024, thanks to the new funding that they have. If we take a look here, one of the things I want to notice with regards to the circulating supply is that there is a large fully diluted market cap. Now, this isn't as large of a fully diluted market cap as we can find on something like HiveMapper, which is almost 20x, as we can see 2 billion compared to 120 million. But DIMO still has about a 5x fully diluted market cap compared to the market cap that is circulating right now. That is something to keep in mind. Of course, we want to see as close to full dilution as possible so that we know that there aren't insiders and early investors that are going to start unloading huge amounts of tokens into the markets. But 5x is not the end of the world. It starts getting really tricky, 10x and above. And another technical aspect of DIMO that I think is detrimental to the potential that it has is the fact that it is on Polygon rather than something like Solana. It is not going to benefit from all of the benefits that other DePINs will experience from being part of the Solana ecosystem. And it is part of Polygon, which is not very highly favored. The narrative around Polygon is not great. But I do believe, I made a note of this on Twitter the other day or last night. I said, how do we get DIMO onto Solana? I believe that there are some dips, the same way that Helium has hips. I believe there are DIMO improvement proposals, which I am going to look into. If you guys have any info, jump over to X and let me know over here or send me a DM or something like that, because that is something that I really think DIMO as a network would benefit from. And I think the Solana community would really get behind DIMO the same way they have with, let's say, HiveMapper or other smaller DePINs that are moving to Solana. Now, if we take a look, this was the announcement they made. This was about a week ago, but it is still very important to take into consideration when thinking about where to place your chips moving into 2024. Of course, I primarily invest in only DePINs and only Solana. Where those two meet, I get very interested, but DIMO is one of the exceptions I'm willing to make outside of Solana. Just because of how promising it is as a DePIN. They are leveraging some seriously valuable data that people are pulling directly from their cars, that companies like insurance companies and other service and product providers are willing to pay a lot of money for. The automotive industry in particular is an industry that really needs accurate data, and there is loads and loads of it in terms of everything that you could be capturing from your car. There is so much data in terms of car condition, car location, car performance, and car maintenance. And inside of all of these data metrics are companies that are willing to pay a lot of money for that accurate data. And they are already doing that. The only difference is DIMO is now making it so that you can monetize your data rather than the car manufacturer. But as we can see here, $11.5 million Series A led by Coin Fund. And we can see down here, more funding, more functionality. Users can expect to see upgrades to DIMO Mobile, more integrations with automakers, services in the marketplace, and hardware improvements. Of course, having a longer runway and having this money in the bank is a huge indication of strong development growth inside the DIMO ecosystem this year. And we can also even reflect back to the $9 million funding round that DIMO received in early 2022. And we can see all of the things that they rolled out with that runway. One of them, of course, being the DIMO Macron, which is more recent, towards the end of 2023 that was rolled out, and it is proving to be a very, very successful addition to their original DIMO device. Now, we can also see there was a Coin Fund blog post by Alex Felix, the dawn of DePIN leading the Series A in DIMO's open platform for car app. He dives deep into the reasoning behind this investment. Of course, they were one of the main drivers in the seed funding round, which is a very good sign. It means they're doubling down on their bet. They have had a lot of time to work with the DIMO team, and they are willing to put more money in. The same with Mr. Bill Ackman over here, who has been in the news lately. I particularly like Bill Ackman, but we can see that he's back here again in this second Series A funding round, which is a very, very good sign. We can see him mentioned right here by the block. But this is all very, very good news. Seeing the same venture capitalists is always a very good sign. And we could see some interesting metrics that they outline here. We could see in their first full year in the market, the network welcomed 30,000 plus net new cars, making an impressive 900% increase in connections for 2023. And the car value on the network surged to 879 million. We can see some other stats here. Of course, there is a DIMO Explorer you could take a look at to monitor these numbers. Basically, everything is up and to the right in terms of all the measurable metrics from DIMO. And I expect that these numbers to continue throughout the year. They, of course, highlight the DIMO flywheel being accelerated. This is the standard DePIN flywheel. This is how these DePINs really bootstrap the supply and demand side of the ecosystem simultaneously. The incentives become aligned between the users and the service providers, and the DePIN flywheel sort of begins. This was really pioneered almost by Helium, and now is becoming a staple of a framework for these DIMO projects to start using to really build out networks and incentivize people to roll out hardware and software in return for the crypto network token. Now, guys, I also wanted to highlight the Mazzari report here, which dives really deep into DePINs, touches on a lot of the different sectors and categories, and they highlight here something about DIMO that I think is really important. This chart here on the bottom right is showing the locked tokens as a percent of total supply, and we can see that DIMO ranked at a 91% here, and this says DePINs with efficient growth have a longer runway to incentivize supply and or expand into adjacent markets. Now, this was even before the Series A funding, so DIMO already has a very nice runway to build out the supply side of this network. But this is all really good stuff. Higher percentage of total locked supply is always positive for any project, but I think the future for DIMO is extraordinarily positive. Now, guys, down below, I do have a 10% off code that you can use, comp10 at checkout on the DIMO shop website. This will get you 10% off of their devices. I have 2 of them. They are mining for the past few months now, since I think the beginning of 2023. Really incredible ROI. The ROI is still there. It's a matter of weeks, if not months now. And as this price continues to increase, the ROI gets better. Of course, fewer rewards are distributed per device, but the increase in price does offset that going forward. And of course, you can buy the token directly and speculate here on the value of DIMO moving forward. And keep in mind, it is still an incredibly small market cap relative to what else is out there. But guys, thank you for being here. Thank you for watching until the end. Please hit that like and subscribe if you have not already, and make sure to leave any comments or questions down below. But that is all I have for today's video. Just like that, this video is over, and I will see you next time.